Amazing Grace here in a moment. Most of us probably know the words, right? We are here today to remember Paul Samuel Anderson. My short time that I was able to spend with him, I learned one simple thing about him, that he was a man of peace. He was at peace with himself and with his family, and he kind of spread that peace, that joyful feeling with me this short time that I was able to spend with him. He came over for a Thanksgiving dinner with us, and I remember going out to the chicken coop with him, and I started talking about my troubles and tribulations of working the night shift, and he just said, well, that's just part of your life that I hope you can be at peace with. And it just stuck with me. Whatever we're doing, wherever we're at, you really need to find peace with it, because that's where you're at. Why live it in a trial, and why live it in such a tribulation? Be at peace with it. It really makes a difference. Paul Samuel Anderson, born February 16, 1940. Passed away October 20th, 2016. He was born in Elberton, Georgia, to Edna, and I was told how to pronounce his middle name, but I already forgot. Reynolds. Edna Reynolds. And Clarence James Anderson. He came to Florida in 1955 and married Juanita Crosby in 1956 and had two wonderful sons. He was a master drywall finisher, a loving husband and father, faithful to God and his family. He's survived by one sister, Alma Jean Anderson Reed, his two sons, Paul Kenneth and Don Samuel, 10 grandchildren, Paul, Michael, Donnie, Melinda, Elizabeth, Stuart, Franklin, Charlie, and Julia. 4 great-grandchildren, Xander, Frankie, Jonathan, and Heather. And his favorite songs were Amazing Grace and In the Arms of an Angel. We're going to, in respect and honor to him, and of course glory to God, sing this wonderful song, Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was One of the striking things on this that Brenda gave me was that Paul was married for 57 years.
All right, Mom. We're going to
Mom liked that I brought up the 57 years of marriage. And after 57 years of marriage, truly it was until death did they part. But I want you to consider that right now they're together again. You know, there's a picture on here of when they were young and when they were dating, long time, 57 some odd years ago. And after many years of pain and old age and sickness, they've now come back together again in eternity. That's a wonderful thing for us to contemplate, to be able to be back with our loved ones that have passed on. All the concerns that we had that we put aside in order to come together here today. All of us are living our lives and bills to be paid and jobs to be done. And we put all that aside so that we could come together to remember our loved ones. The concern that we should try to have as we walk through those trials is our relationship to God. I know for a fact that Paul had that relationship, and that his only concern right now is God. He's in the face of God right now. In Psalm 62:5, we read what the Bible is really all about, and what our faith is really to be focused on every day, and that is God. The psalmist writes, "My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from Him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. In God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in God. Trust in Him at all times. Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us." And a lot of the Psalms end with that Hebrew word selah, and it simply means to meditate on this. A lot of times when we're reading the Scriptures, we tend to just breeze through and go right on into the next part of it. Take time to focus and meditate on that. That our focus is on God. There are 3 appointments and promises that I want to bring up with you that all of us must keep. And death is one of them. Every one of us will meet this appointment. In Hebrews 9:27, it says, "As it is appointed unto men once to die, after that the judgment." And everybody is familiar with these things that come along with age. I'm still getting used to them. After a while, things start to get fuzzy. Oh, there it is. The other appointment that all of us are going to keep is the resurrection. In John 5:28-29, the Scriptures read, "The hour is coming in the which all that are in the graves shall hear His voice, and shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation." And the third appointment that all of us will keep is the appointment of the judgment day. 2 Corinthians 5:10 we read, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad." Now there's no escaping these 3 things. These 3 appointments all of us will keep: death, resurrection, and judgment. But don't let that be anything of a somber note. It's not a tragedy. When your focus is on God, His promises give us a peace and assurance in keeping these appointments. In Matthew 11:28-30, Jesus tells us, "Come unto me, all ye that labor. And are heavy laden. I will give you rest. That's a promise. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek. And lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Excuse me. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You know, no matter how many times you spend reading or trying to study to prepare for these things, when the moment comes of actually saying the words, it does sort of rip my heart right out. Because so many people pass away and don't take heed to these words while they're alive. I know that Paul did. And I can't wait for the day when I can hug him together. Also in 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 through 7, the Lord tells us, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. It's a matter of personal preparation that all of us have to deal with concerning our relationship with God. Jesus makes this emphatic statement in John 14:6. And in this world of political correctness and multiple religions, this should really stand out to us, where we are with it. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. God makes a statement to the people of Israel in Amos chapter 4. He tells them to prepare to meet your God. The real question is, have we done God's will? Ecclesiastes 12:13 sums everything up. If you read the book of Ecclesiastes, he's referred to as the preacher. And everything in life is vain to him. He sums it up at the end that everything that is important is to obey God and keep his commandments. Out of everything else in life, obey God and keep his commandments. And in Matthew 6:33, the Lord tells us to seek first God's kingdom. To make that the first thing in our life. Now, I remember speaking before a lot of you before, and Paul asked me to read Psalm 23, and I was caught unprepared. I'm prepared today to read Psalm 23. And if you know the word, read along with me. This was one of Paul's favorite psalms. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Good job, Art.
Praise God.